My room is kind of a collection of everything I find calming. I'm a very sensory person, which can also mean that being around a lot of noise or very bright kind of colours when I'm tired, that can be quite overstimulating for me.
What ADHD is a lack of dopamine, meaning that if it's a boring task like filling out form, I don't want to do it. And that's probably why I'm able to hyper-focus on those three things that I love. When I was in school, I was sent out of basically every class, and now it's affected me because I have deep insecurities about stopping other people from learning. To be honest, I blame my school for, rather than teaching me that I learn differently and that, you know, the traditional method of teaching where you sit silently in a class and you read the words on the chalkboard, it doesn't work for me. The way in which I do learn is, you know, using my hands, talking to people, experiencing it, actually doing it, anything practical. And that's why I do a practical degree, but still there is elements of, you know, traditional learning which I struggle with.
My mom would tell me, like, when I was young, she would have to put me on a harness because I would just run away so much and like run around the McDonald's play area. When I am able to cope with like trauma, depression, and anxiety, just everything bad within my soul, I'm just like, maybe I just need to skate it off.
I actually got diagnosed really late in life. I feel like cis men are really represented in mainstream autism. Women or non-binary people, they don't have the same acknowledgement of potentially how those symptoms might differ. I'm partially non-verbal, believe it or not. When I'm tired, I can find speaking very difficult. I can find moving around quite difficult. I like to be quite stationary. So I find a long kind of road and I just like glide along and I feel like I just don't have a care in the world.
I get overstimulated, I can't really go to parties, I can't go clubbing. I get quite bad social anxiety, and skating's so important to me for making friends, and socialising has been so important for me like that. It's not overstimulating, you do it at your own pace, you're usually outdoors, you know, everyone's focusing on their own thing, and in skating everyone's just a bit of a weirdo too, so you're kind of all on the same wavelength. I think I got drawn to skating just because you don't have to be a particular anyone to be welcomed and to be good at it.
I haven't been able to find like many queer spaces where I truly feel welcome. That's why skate parks are like the one place I like to go the most. I tend to prefer that over like most other spaces I could be.
Finding outlets that are grounding is such an asset to someone who might have sensory difficulties. The same with painting, it's a kind of emotional outlet for me. It's a way of expressing myself in a way that you don't need words. I feel like skateboarding's the same way.
The biggest obsession I've got at the moment, which is chairs, just like any kind of chairs, making chairs, looking at chairs, sitting on chairs, just think they're great. They make me feel really satisfied and happy, and I've got lots of chair books. I make chair art. I love chairs, and I also love like just small things. I just like small toys. I always have one in my pocket or with me, or it's maybe two or 3 centimeters big that I can chew on or fiddle with or just look at, and like just makes me feel good.
Every human brain is vastly different from one another. You're bound to find someone who will align with you in terms of personality and your interests and what you want out of a person. As long as you keep an open mind and an open heart and you don't like restrict yourself from other people, then like it's bound to happen.